Anyway, I didn't try to cut that on, but while it was on, I wanted to listen to it just a little bit. You all come in, hit that like, hit that share button, hit that like and share button. Sometimes when I'm driving, mostly in my car, right? Maybe because I have this little insert that I can plug my phone into, unlike my Jeep. I have thoughts of meditation, and I just want to hit the live button right while I'm driving. And as a result, this is what happened. I'm gonna tell this story, right? I was on a website. It was late one night. Late one night. I remember this vividly. Maybe I'd say year two of my divorce, right? Year two of my divorce, and this is when my mind was really focused on getting some type of cash flowing income, right? My daughter at that time, she was not at home with me, but she was away in college. But I've always made it my mission, right? I've always made it my mission that I never wanted my daughter to live in the house with me, to live in my home with me, and then have to ask her to help me on a light bill, right? I never wanted my daughter to, because I only have one child, right? I never wanted my daughter, let me adjust this again, to get her job, to get a job, and then say, hey, can you help mama on the light bill or the water bill or gas bill this month? Me being transitioning from a two-family household from a marriage income now to a single mother income. I wanted my daughter's money with her job, whether she live with me or not. This might not be your philosophy. Some people have a philosophy that if my child lives home with me, they're going to pay bills. But that's just not my philosophy, because when I lived at home with my parents, they never asked me for bill money, ever. They never said we're short on a light bill, a water bill, a gas bill. Can you give us some money from your income and help pay on this bill? Or they never came to me and said, hey, you stand in this house, you work a job. This is your monthly bill for the month. This is what you pay every month. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that. That's how I was raised. Now my daughter, she do pay the cell phone bills, right? I have two phones on that line, and she has a phone. But the reason why she pays her cell phone bill is because I pay her vehicle insurance. And I purchased her vehicle insurance without a note. I purchased it cash, just said, how much is it? Let's make the transaction. I don't want this finance. I say it that way. So she does not have a vehicle note, right? I did not get a finance. I didn't say we'll go and pick you out a car, but you have to get a fast food job to pay the note. No, I didn't. I said if I'm buying you a car, it's going to become note free. And so in exchange of her being on my insurance, right? Then she took the cell phone bills and I pay her vehicle insurance. So that's the agreement that we have, but she doesn't pay utility bills here. And she still lives here. No light bill, water bill, no gas bill, none of that. And I'm a single mother, right? That's my philosophy. Whatever yours is, that's you. Now if she consumed a lot of the water, maybe she wanted to take an hour long bath and soak, and then I probably would say, hey, you're overindulging on the water bill, so let me give you some responsibility and pay it. But that's not the point of my video. So I'm on the website, and I accidentally, which was a godsend, right, made a bid on a condo at this time. It was a very nice condo, did not need a whole lot of renovation done to it. I didn't even know if I was making a bid. I said, okay, I'm just on the website, bid. I wake up the next morning, said, congratulations. You are the winning bidder of this condo. I thought it was a joke, a fictitious at first, because I never did transactions like that. So I called the company and they said, no, you purchased it. This is your purchase. This is our process. We need you to wire us again. This was what, 3 years ago, I think. We need to we need you to wire the cash transaction by this day. We're going to email you the agreement. Did just that, um, and that was a five-figure wire transaction, five figures, right? But I got the condominium. One of my real. I talked to you all about my real estate properties and how I, even when I first came out of college, I invested in a home and purchased it, and I paid for that house with my credit card. So I've been in the real estate game. I got some great deals with real estate. Um, since I'm like 18 years old, right? My first investment property was with the credit card. And so that's why anybody's philosophy of me cutting up my credit card, I would never follow. I would never follow Dave Ramsey philosophy of cut up your credit cards, because I know what my credit card did for me. My credit card provided me the income, the credit that I need when I did not even have a job. In fact, when I graduated from college, I had my daughter at 21. And so she was here. When I graduated from college, I did not have a job. I was looking for a job in the field of my degree, and looking for a job, right? I said I got to do something. So I invested in carton sheets, zero down program. And this is where the creative concept of using my credit card, because I was not listening to Robert Kiyosaki at that time, right? This was carton sheets. And this is where the creative concept of how to create money when you don't have the money came from. Money was created out of thin air, right? I know some people in religious think that, hey, that's faith. Faith to create money out of thin air, it'll fall down from the sky. No, no, you got to think. When Peter needed money to pay his taxes, Jesus gave him creative instructions to carry out. No one have ever heard of um, a gold coin, which is money, being in a fish mouth. Jesus gave him a creative concept to pay money. So Jesus gave me a creative idea to finance that property, right? So my first real estate house, flip house, it was a flip until I learned about the importance of holding your property for equity and cash flow. And that's what I want to talk about. That's what I'm getting to this live stream. Understanding equity and cash flow, understanding investing for equity and cash flow. See, when I sold that house, my first house that I purchased with a $5,000 Discover credit card, I can no longer pull out equity on that home. All I got from this sale was capital gains, and the capital gains went so quick, right? I was young. I think at that time I went out and got me a Cadillac CTS, and newly married. We um, save some of the money to look for a house for us to live in. And because at that time we were living with my parents, I can't even tell you where the other thousands went. Right? I can't even remember. Maybe we took a vacation. I didn't know anything about investing at that time. So in doing so, I won this rental bid for this house. It was five figures. It was very, I think, low. I wired the full transactions for the house um, through a wire. I had the money in cash. And I'm saying this to say this. In that property, I have a tenant, and I cash flow. I've had two great tenants since I received that condo, and I cash flow four figures a month from that one time investment, right? Um, yeah, four figures. I want to make sure. Now, right. I'm saying this to say this. Some of you all don't cash flow anything. You don't understand investing. See, I had to invest five figures to cash flow 4 figures. And in your mind, you may be thinking, well, Queen, you could have just kept your 5 figures. You're only cash flowing 4 figures a month. But let me tell you something. First of all, on real estate, cash flowing 4 figures a month is great. Because if you put in 100,000 in real estate and cash flow 200 to 300 a month, that's considered a great return on your investment, right? That's considered. So my situation with that particular property was even better because I did not have to use debt, right? I didn't have to leverage a loan. I had the cash, and now I cash flow 4 figures versus 2 to 500. Most people, okay, the hello, Miss Howard. Miss Howard was on tonight's Zoom. And let me tell you all, I'm sorry, Miss Howard. She was on last night's Zooms. Last night's Zoom, Miss Howard um stepped out of her comfort zone. See, this is just about how bad do you want it. She was like, Queen, I never did a wire transfer, right, in my life. And I said, well, Miss Howard, I did one, but it was years ago. This is what I'm talking about with this condo. And I said, but from what I can remember, it wasn't a difficult process. Miss Howard got on it today, did her wire transfer for her cryptocurrencies. Um, we talked for a little time today about some, more technical things, and she's on it. Miss Howard, and she's just not making any excuses at all. She was on the Zoom last night. She said, and I'm not that good with technology. I have a business associate that does the techie stuff and all that. And she was like, well, how do I share a Zoom? And very teachable, very coachable. And she's my elder. I respect her. She's my elder. She's older than me. But in areas, right, that she's she don't understand, even though she's my elder, she's very humble and stepped out of her say, listen, and you all, I'm kind of going off topic, but I'm still on topic. A blind man Tuesday, legally blind, joined this passive income opportunity through cryptos as well. I'm using him and Miss Deborah as an example that it is no excuses, but your mindset. He said, Queen, I bet you I'm the first legally blind man to join you in business. I said, I thought about it. I said, you are. He was on the Zoom, blind. He he has a screen reader and they can read some things. We help tell no excuses. Erasing, you all know I used to coach sports, right? As a matter of fact, you can see my tennis racket at the back. Erasing excuses as a coach, basketball coach, has always been my motto. We erase excuses and expect excellence. Erasing excuses, expecting excellence. A blind man, Miss Howard said, Queen, I never did a wire transfer. She was on top of it today, got that wire transfer, did. In fact, someone said, let's see, passive income is great. Just imagine 100K gone and nothing to show for it. No house, no passive income, just a bunch of liabilities. And so what I'm telling you all, if you invested in real estate for residual income, which is different, you're going to have to invest 6 figures to cash flow. And this will be considered a great return on your investment, $200 to $500 a month, because most people take out debt to get real estate because it's tax-free on both sides. That's tax-free money. The loan that you purchase the real estate is tax-free as long as tax write-offs for the real estate itself. So that's a win-win, right? And so with that being said, you cash flow 2 to 500. I'm telling you all, on a daily basis, we have people cash flowing $200 and $500 a day that did not have to put $100K into it through these cryptocurrencies backed by commodities. You have to look at this for the long term. You may ask yourself, why would I want to put 10,000, 5,000? I mean, 10,000, 5,000, 2,000, 15,000, 20,000. Let me tell you, to cash flow $200 to $300, when you compare how much you have to put in real estate and cash flow that on a monthly basis, not daily. Listen to me. People, we got to stop playing small. In real estate, you're going to put 5 to 6 figures to cash flow 200 to 500. Again, my situation, I am blessed. You can ask anybody in the real estate game to be cash flowing 4 figures a month. Yes, that's over $1,000. But I had to, and I'll go ahead and tell you all. Well, I don't know if I want to tell you what I purchased it for, because I just don't like people in my business like that. But well, I'll tell you, it was like $50,000. I did great. 2 bedroom, 2 bath to cash flow. I'm not gonna tell you what that is, but it's over $1,000. Now, if you had $50,000 right now for this crypto opportunity, you could cash flow. Now, I had to put up 50,000 to cash flow 1,300. Now, I could, if I would have got a loan for 50,000, then my cash flow probably would be 500, because I have to pay back the loan. I have to service back the loan. So if you had 10, 15,000, 20,000 to put into this crypto, you could cash flow. I'm talking about cash flow and equity. Okay, I'm teaching this. You could cash flow $200 to $300 a day. That's in the cash part. The equity part is, this is where you get the passive income from the cryptocurrency. The passive income comes because you have digital software that's getting you more of that crypto on a daily basis at the same time. So you're getting cash flow and you are accumulating cryptocurrencies that's backed by crude oil, natural gas, commodities, silver, right? Gold. They're going to introduce water back through water power, water energy, right? You do know, go to Niagara Falls, that water conducts energy as well. You have vehicles that can just operate and run from accumulation of water and energy combined. Water produces energy. One of the things that when Trump and Biden were debating against each other, they talked about clean water, clean air, clean energy, solar energy, wind energy, water energy. That's coming in January. There's going to be drip. And then you're going to have cryptocurrencies that's backed by real estate that you earn royalties from. Royalty income. So now your crypto is building equity in a passive way daily, where you do nothing but make a one-time investment. Now you can get daily cash flow of $20 or $30. It depends on how much you put into it. Or you can get daily cash flow every day. I'm not talking about someone telling you get paid every day, but you only get the money at the end of the week. No, this money accumulates in real time every day. And I want to say this. I always say this in reference to when I watched the movie Ray from Ray Charles. He told Ray, if you think in terms of penny, when they was negotiating a music contract, he said you will get pennies, because Ray Charles told him, I have someone offer me that for every record sale, I'll get a half of a cent. I don't even know how you get paid a half of a penny. And he said, Ray, if you think in terms of penny, you get paid pennies. If you think in terms of dollars, you get paid dollars. What I'm telling you all is getting cash flow every day and putting up thousands into it. When you learn real estate investment is a great deal. And that's what I'm showing of making your money on autopilot. And again, text me, right? Erasing excuses, expecting excellence. Text me because I promise you, we've been having so many people to come in. You can't see it, but my eyes are red. But we take our time and sign up everybody and teach them. We teach them the difference in the cryptocurrencies. We teach them about which ones they can get into that they would get royalty as well as cash flow, as well as passive income. And people, let me tell you something. If your money is just sitting in the bank, right? If you have the extra money, if you have 2,000, 5,000, $10,000 just sitting in a savings, you're losing. You're losing because inflation is eating up your money. You need to put your money somewhere where it's working for you 24/7 passively. This is passive income. My rental properties are residual income. That means I have to have a tenant in there every month. And I have to I have to do a tenant inspection. I have to make sure that I do my due diligence that this is a tenant that not only has good credit and they're reputable people that would pay their rent, but also that they have a job that's likely won't get cut next year due to the recession. So you have to do a whole lot of tenant screening. You have to do a lot of property management. You have to have insurances on your tenant. And then if certain things you know don't operate correct, you got to have them maintenance. You got to have a good team. That's residual income responsibility. See, that's the part of real estate a lot of people don't want to talk about. But in this opportunity, all you have to have is the mindset and the money. And your money will flow for you passively. And you're not even doing the work. You're not the one going out there mining for natural gas. You're you're not the one going out there mining for crude oil. You're not the one going out there finding these real estate deals and having to do the property management and the maintenance. You're just getting the royalties and the passive and the daily pay. And all you got to do is restructure your money, reposition your money and your mindset. And I say it like this. I also help people increase their income while decreasing their taxes. That's the real flex. Most people talking about, I'm glad to have to pay income tax because that means I'm making more money. Hell, I don't. I have since I've been divorced, I have more money, six figures annually. My tax person tell me, say, Latanya, you are a black woman in Mississippi making this type of money. You are an exception. And so, and because I put my money like in a home-based business, into crypto passive investing like this, and into real estate, I pay probably less taxes than people that make less money than me. See, you need a home-based business that teach you these tax game as well. It's no good, in my opinion, of being a home-based business if they're not teaching you the tax rules. That means you have benefits that you can't even enjoy because you don't know the rules of the game. So you still have to sit on the sideline and you can't play with the big boys and the big girls. You gotta stay on the sideline and play with your small ball in your small world by yourself. You can't get out there and play with the big boys and big girls and do better things in life. I mean, don't you just want a higher quality of life for yourself? I mean, don't you deserve to bet on you sometimes to invest in you? See, income means every time you get paid, you got to do some work. That's income. Cash flow means I can get paid from doing the work one time a long time ago, from making the decision one time a long time ago. So Queen, don't ask me, well, Queen, you know, I want to cash flow $200, and then you want to drop $250. No, it's not gonna work. You probably cash flow $20 or $5 or $10 or $20 a day, but you're not gonna cash flow $200 to $500, dropping hundreds. Again, if you're in real estate, you know this to be true. You cash flow thousands when you drop. You cash flow hundreds when you drop thousands. And in my case, I'm blessed to cash flow thousands, but I had to invest five figures to cash flow four. This investment for me is passively. It is passively. I don't have to go out and do a maintenance call on my rental properties. I don't have to pay property taxes on this crypto. See, most people, the only way they know to get cash from crypto is to cash out. No, I'm talking about not cashing out on your crypto, not having to cash out, because when you cash out, you're selling the crypto as well. That means you lose the asset. I'm talking about being able to hold on to the asset and let it continue to accumulate on a daily basis without you putting more money into it, without you pumping more money into it, and at the same time accumulate cash flow at the same time. You know why most people sell their assets off and why most people work their ass off? Because they don't have cash flow, they only have income. Now I gotta sell my assets. I gotta sell my Bitcoin, I gotta sell my Ether. Now you have no asset in your possession that will help you make more money in the future because you sold it in the present. Bitcoin pump, oh, let me cash out my 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000, whatever it is. Now when Bitcoin makes a higher pump, you sold all your crypto when you cash out because you wanted to take those gains. Then you forgot you're gonna get taxed 30% on it. So you're not even keeping the whole lump sum. And now you don't have a home-based business that's teaching you the tax game. You just gonna come out your pocket and pay taxes. See, again, the real flex is making more money, increasing your income, and decreasing your taxes. That's the only way you're gonna win. That's the only way. So, other than real estate, which is residual income through rental properties that requires more work and effort, this crypto cash flowing backed by commodities, CCC, is the only cash flowing daily income and passive crypto money that I know of that you can get in and you can get cash flow on a daily basis. So send me a text, the Womb Media. We usually do our live streams, and I'm gonna text everybody and let them know it's 6:30 Central Standard Time and 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. But I'm a little tired. I'm gonna ask him if we can do 7 if he's available. Right? We've talked today, but we talked, and I told some of you out like Miss Deborah that's in here. Miss Deborah, as long as she's living, you know, she got in last night. See, I don't hype you all. I don't come on here to hype you to try to get your money. You know, y'all want big money and big dreams, but you put in little effort to do that. Yes, I tell you that you can buy silver at $20 and $30, but sometimes you need to stop just thinking $20 and $30 silver is just gonna make you a multi-millionaire, or $100 into XRP or XLM gonna flip you into a millionaire or multi-millionaire overnight. No, if you want thousands, you need to invest thousands. That's just how the game works. The Bible says that if you sow a little, you reap a little. I didn't say that. That's the Bible. And the Bible, the best book on banking I've ever read. That's not my law. That's God's law. That's God's law. You take it up with God. God, I want to sow just a little bit. I want to sow $100, and get and be a millionaire. And that ain't what Corinthians say. Say you sow a little, you're gonna reap a little. You sow a lot, you reap a lot. You can't go out there and have acres of land and plant 10 seeds and then expect when it's harvest time to have a big harvest. Now, you sowed a little, you put in $10, you're gonna get maybe $100 worth of harvest. You got an acres of land, you got a big idea, you got a big concept, then you ought to be pumping seed in it. And that's all cash is. Cash is nothing but seed. But the thing is, you need to put it in an incubator that can birth a harvest. See, I don't put seed in sand and expect me to produce a crop. No, I put seed in the right soil. In the right see, all some people said, Queen, all I needed was an opportunity for you to give me an opportunity and a business concept that was backed by commodities that I can believe in because all these people say I'm gonna be XRP rich or Doge rich or Shiba Inu rich or Bitcoin rich. They have to cash out of their assets to get cash. Listen to me when I say this. All those people holding Bitcoin, Ether, XLM, XRP have to cash out to get cash. They have to sell their asset to get cash in return. Here, you don't have to sell your cryptocurrencies that backed by commodities to get cash in return. You can cash out your cash, keep the crypto if that's what you want to do. And it's not like, where I gotta dump 10,000 in BTC, and if the market crash, I gotta wait to recover. No, you dump 10,000 or 250 or 5,000 or 2,000 here, your money's still gonna be going on the cash side and the crypto side. You cannot ask God to enlarge your territories and you don't want to step into opportunities that's going to give you that enlargement that you need. You can't ask God to step into your territories and you just want to join home-based businesses for $100 or $99. Ouch. How much is to join a home-based business? $150. You'll go drop that on a pair of shoes or a meal like it's nothing. A nice shirt, a Coach purse, a good steak dinner, like it's nothing. But when it comes to and doing bigger, and like I said, Miss Deborah, she got in. We talked about Miss Deborah, if you're still on here, she came in and dropped 2K on a crypto, and we told her the price was going to increase. Now she didn't have to, but she's investing bigger because she wants a bigger return, right? She could have came and said, okay, I just do $250. No, she said, no, I want to do the 2K. Miss Deborah, their price increased $500 today. So I don't come on here to hype people up. I don't come here and say, you better get in there or the price gonna increase. No, the price increase. Because that's just it moves with commodities. When commodities increase, you get increased on when the gas prices go up, when crude oil go up, when gold pumps up, and guess what? You don't have to put $1,800 for 1 ounce of gold. I believe in silver. I love silver. But I know silver is a long-term game for me. I know silver does not cash flow. So if you want to have a big flex, tell me how much your investments are cash flowing you on a daily basis. Tell me how much compound interest you're getting. Compound interest, meaning that my money made me this much yesterday, and now my money that I'm making yesterday is making this much more today. This is all in the Bible story about the workers in the vineyard. The workers in the vineyard. Some of them got mad because they say at the end of the day, right? The story goes like this, or the parable goes like this. There were workers in the vineyard, right? and he went to some workers at 9 a.m. and say, "Hey, would you work for this amount of wage?" "Yeah, we'll work for that amount." And then when it was a 369 formula, let me get it right. Was it I don't know. I could look it up, but it was a 369 third hours of the day. Let me look it up real quick so I can be on point because, like I said, I'm kind of mentally right. And just earn a text that I got another daily pay. So let's do this because people like Miss Deborah, that blind man, which I need to stop saying blind man, but he told me I can refer to him like that. I give his name. I mean, a blind man, people. Said, Queen, I got a screen reader on my phone. I'm not making excuses. He was on our Zoom. My business associate walked him through. What's your excuse if a person with this have a seeing disability, that has seeing impairment, can get into this opportunity and say, Queen, I still see the vision even though I don't have physical sight, but I can still see it because I'm a visionary. I have mental sight. I hope I need to call and check on him today. I hope he joins us in Utah. We're going January the 4th. We're going to have firsthand opportunity to buy these cryptocurrencies that's backed by real estate, that's backed by water energy for much less than they release it to people in the general public. That's why if you're already in this crypto business with me, you need to get there in January 13th to 14th. You're going to be able to purchase some contracts, some mining digital software contracts for maybe way less than what it's going to be offered once it releases to the general public, but you're going to have to be there in person. So I'm ending with this. Here it is, 369, Nikola Tesla. You all know I love Nikola Tesla. This is Matthew 21 through 16. Jesus tells the parable of the workers who went into the vineyard to further explain what the kingdom of God is like. What is the kingdom of God like? You all don't get that. Some of y'all don't understand the difference between the kingdom of God in the Bible and the kingdom of heaven. But that's another live stream for another day. A landowner goes out early in the morning and hires men, agreeing to pay them a daily rate. Guess what he agreed to pay them people? A silver coin for a day's work. Why? Because silver and gold is God's money. He hires them at various times throughout the day: 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. And he promises, now it's another parable that's 369, right? But we're going to roll with this one. He promises all of the workers a fair wage. So they agreed, give me a silver a day, right? When the end of the day came, the landowner said to his manager to pay the workers. He had a manager to pay and oversee the workers. He was a landowner, right? He didn't do all that. And starting with those who had been hired last, the ones that began working at 5 p.m. were given a daily rate of one silver coin. You can still go to millimoves.com and get your physical silver. Doesn't cash flow, but it will be an equitable asset for you in the future, I promise. And when it came to those who had been hired first early in the morning, they thought they would receive more. When they too were given a standard daily wage, they began to grumble and they were angry because they had done a lot more work than those who started later in the day. The landowner did not listen to their complaints and reminded them that they agreed to work for a daily rate of pay when they was hired. This is why it's unbiblical and unethical for or for people to complain about their wage. I make $8 an hour, and then you got people in the corporate world that makes $1,000 an hour. That's not fair. That's not fair. I make $10, $15 an hour, and you got people that make $25, $30 an hour, or $100 an hour, or $1,000 an hour. That's not fair. It is fair. Agreed to work for. You know when you got hired at that job what the pay rate was. That's the level you believed on. So the level you believe on is the level you're gonna receive on. Again, you think in terms of dollars, you get dollars. You think in pennies, you get pennies. Then we got the working class that complain about why the rich don't pay more in taxes because they get tax shelter. You can do it less too. Why the rich make more money and pay less taxes? Because they understand how money works. They understand what to invest in to get tax breaks. They understand passive residual royalty income. Mariah Carey's song, All I Want for Christmas, she get royalty from that song every year. This year, they said she got about $12.4 million. They understand portfolio income. They understand investing opportunities like these. They're backed by God's commodities. They don't sit there and figure their fingers over a $250 investment or a $2,000 investment opportunity or a $10,000 investment opportunity. They are decision makers. So the people that got hired last understand how to do less work and make more money. See, a lot of people trade their time for money all the time, and is the most time is the most people trade a whole lot of time for a little bit of money. I'm telling you, a passive digital income money making machine that produces you both cash flow and cryptocurrencies. That's the CCC code. It's backed by commodities, and commodities is the only thing in this earth because God is not making any more land. God is not making any more silver, gold, um, diamonds, pearl. The rich and wealthy always put their cash into God's commodities. The middle class or the poor working class always chase cash. The rich and wealthy chase commodities. The poor working class always chase cash. I'm ending on that. Again, if you all want to be on this Zoom to get started, text CC to 331-444-5556. And if you want to invest in wholesale silver, because silver and gold will be used to reset this currency system when the Fed switch to Fed coin next year, then visit millymoves.com. And if you need to pay less in taxes and decrease your tax liability while keeping a high income, even if you're overpaying in your paycheck in taxes, you can bring home more money, increase your take home pay within 24 hours. Visit millymoves.com, that website. My business partner have my lowest amount increase out of their paycheck was $600. My highest amount for a married couple was $1,400. Money that they were giving away in taxes out of their paycheck that they did not know how to get back. And through strategy and financial education and tax education, they brought their money back into their household. And now they have money left over to invest. Don't have stressing money, have investing money. Stressing money is I'm gonna put this money in and God, oh, I need to pay this light bill by next month. Now we can't time the market. We don't know what the market is going to do. So have investing money, not stressing money. Think long term when it comes to investment. But I also think to get rich quick, which means start putting your money in something that is going to accumulate more money for you on a daily basis and you get compound interest. All right, you all, I'm logging off. That's just my vibe in my car. I've been in here for long. Just thoughts from the beam. I just want to drop this live stream. You all hit that like and share button. If you want the cryptocurrency cash flow and passive income opportunity, text that number. I'm going to be on a Zoom. Let's just shoot for 7 o'clock Central Standard Time tonight, which will be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, teaching you how to get this digital software that gives you that passive income and cash flow at the same time. You all, Queen out. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for the comments. Right. And Miss Deborah says, yes, she is. I got you, Miss Deborah. I'll talk to you soon.